Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to an episode of the Free Skate. It's been a minute. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope you're ready to talk about the 2025 Canadian Figure Skating Championships that just went on in Laval, Quebec. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised by most categories in this championship. First of all, I would love to just say the contrast between last year's event in Calgary and this year's event in Laval, Quebec was very, very stark. This year they had a sold out crowd. Granted, the arena was only 2,500. However, last year they had 2,500 people. Uh, um, the seating was 2,500 people in Calgary, and I don't even know if they had 500 in there. Quebec packed it. Like, congrats to them for the whole event. It was just full. It was so good to see. The optics were great. Watching the streaming live was just a real treat. The audience was so into it. They gave so much passion. They were loud. The skaters really enjoyed skating in front of those big crowds. And even, you know what? The juniors even had half decent crowds too. I'd say about a half full arena probably for juniors. Which is really 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 good, and I loved that they included synchronized skating in this again. So I thought, you know, I don't understand why they don't include synchronized swimming, synchronized skating in the actual World Championships. Kind of like how Canada did this. I think that would be really, really fun for the world to see. And I read a lot of comments online about when CBC Sports had uploaded the videos of the synchro to their YouTube, that many people didn't even know it was a discipline. So I think a lot of awareness is being brought to the sport like that. So I think that's really really nice to see. So this week in Laval, we saw some phenomenal performances. I'm very optimistic about Canadian figure skating moving forward, which is feels really good to say because the last few seasons, especially after the 2018 Olympics, I think that it's been a little dark for Canadian figure skating, especially in the singles disciplines. Canada's always had really really good ice dancers and usually a competitive pairs team. So those were always kind of hanging on, but the men's and women's categories were very questionable going forward after 2018, even into 2022. There was a bit of a surprise there when Madeline Skizas came onto the scene and laid it down in the team event, which was probably, other than this championships, I would say 2022 Olympic team event was her best skate. She had Madeline this week had a total of over 200 points. And I don't think she's done it in a very, very, very long time. So it was really great for her to lay one down like that. But you know what? We're gonna start. I'm just gonna mention about the junior ladies. Far and away, blew the competition out of the water. Leah Cho, what an absolute delight! She is from Alberta, and she had 188.79 points. She was first in the free and in the short program, and she ran away with that title by quite a margin. I think over 20 points, I believe it was. Um, that score also would have won her the silver medal in the seniors competition. So just that is just so special for a junior lady to have such a big score like that. And what's even more wild about that is she's 12 years old. That is absolutely insane. If you have not seen Leah Cho skate, I highly recommend you go onto YouTube. CBC Sports has Leah Cho skating her short and her free skate on their YouTube channel, and she just lays it down. For 12 years old, I don't know what else you want. She definitely does not skate like a 12-year-old. Now, in saying that, to get really, really picky, and let's forget about she being 12 for a second. She does have things to work on, more maturity on the ice, more speed on the ice, but she's got all the tricks. She's got her triple triples. I think just more experience, more competition moving forward. I mean, I think it's inevitable. She is got potential to be one of the world's best skaters in a few years. So, you know what, hopefully nothing crazy happens with her body, and, you know, a lot can happen after, you know, you turn a teenager and you grow into adulthood, but hopefully it's going to be for the better and the maturity is going to really come out. I'm very, very excited to see her. Congratulations to her. And also, too, a reference for that score, that would have been ninth place at last year's World Championships in Montreal. So she would have had a top 10 finish if she had that score there. So that's insane. Like, good for her. The men, we have David Bondar, who finished first. He's from Ontario, 196.86 points. He was third after the short and first in the free. Second place was Edward Nicholas Vassy from Quebec, 181.5. He was second in the free, fourth in the long. And David Howes of Manitoba was 174.10. First after the short program, and he unfortunately fell to 10th in the free skate, but he did secure that bronze medal. So congratulations to all those men coming up. I think we have some good promise in the men coming up. They're going to need bigger tech moving forward, but that's gonna really come. Eva Kemp and Jonathan Lazarov of Ontario, formerly of Manitoba. They changed provinces, I believe, probably for funding purposes. They won their second national junior title. They had a score of 159.39. I think they're a little disappointed with that. They're very hard on themselves. There has been injury, and I think this is only their second event back. So, you know, watch for them moving forward. I think they're going to put in some bigger technical content going forward. I think actually their free skate this time around might have been their full tech content, their first step they've had in quite some time. So I know they had expectations to have a higher score, but they still got the gold medal. And I think moving forward, they have a really, really bright future. I can't wait for them to turn senior. They've only been together for, maybe it's been 2 years, I guess, because I think when they won their championship last year, I don't think had been together for even a year. So they've come a long way in a very, very short time. And then we have ice dance, very close between first and second place. Chloe Nguyen and Brendan Jiang from British Columbia, 170.99. And second place, Sandrine Gauthier and Quentin Theron from Quebec, 170.61. So 0.3 of a point between them. And you know what? They actually won the free skate, or won the free dance. So it was a very, very, very tight competition. Very exciting to watch. Let's move on to the seniors. So I think we're going to go with the men first. So this men's event with Wesley Chu withdrawing and Steve Gogolev withdrawing left a huge hole, and nobody knew what exactly was going to happen in the men's event. And I think a lot of people were very skeptical to bid on Roman to win because of just his past performances. He's had trouble in the last few years. The last Canadian, he was a former Canadian champion, but his last championship gold was in 2020, so it's been 5 years since that, and he hasn't been able to really click since then. And he made it click. He won the event. So Roman Sadovsky is now two-time Canadian champion. He had a total score of 240.35, 158 in the free, 81 in the short. This is the best I've seen him skate in quite some time. I can tell that he was hesitating a lot and really thinking in the moment when he was skating. So I'm just gonna get comfy here. When he was skating, and I don't mind that. I don't think he can really do that going forward too much more, because you can really see him thinking, and I think that interferes in the program a little bit. But for him to stay in the moment and think about his technique and get the jobs done, his quad salchow in both short and the free were very, very good. The short quad salchow is actually phenomenal. It's probably the best I've ever seen him perform. He fell on his second quad in the free skate, but that was his only mistake. So good for him moving forward. I really hope he can take that. He has a goal to place top 10 in the World Championships so that he could send two Canadian skaters next year to the Olympics. So we'll see what happens with that. I believe he'll probably go to Four Continents and get another competition under his belt, and then I would assume he's probably going to do World Championships. I do believe Steven Gogolev is out for the season. I'm assuming that's because of his back again. I'm not 100% sure. And Wesley Chu is, I think he sprained his ankle at Cup of China and he's not ready yet. So he will probably be ready for Four Continents, but I doubt he will go to the World Championships because I think Roman deserves this to go and try to get Canada a top 10 finish in the World Championship. So we'll see what happens with that. Moving forward, second place, absolute crowd favorite, dynamite reaction, Anthony Parody. I mean, what can you say about him? 225.56 points, 148 in the free, 77.27 in the short. He is obviously missing some serious technical content. Yes, he's got triple triples, but he does not have a triple axel and he doesn't have a quad. So moving forward, he really is going to have to buckle down and get some of that. He's improved a lot over last year. His skating style is second to none. He is like a Canadian reinvention of Johnny Weir that is a little bit more not afraid to be himself, if that makes any sense. He is just he don't care, and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna try and slay that day away. Believe me, that boy has some serious fight in him, and if anyone can, really dig in deep and learn those quads and those triple axles, I really hope it's him, because I think putting a full package together like that and presenting it to some international judges is going to have his marks skyrocket. He's just one of those guys who performs his heart out, and he, like, when he's that character, he is that character. And from the second he stepped on the ice in both programs, he was zoned in and he made you believe that you were watching an art form. So congratulations to him. He has won the silver medal. Third through the rest of the event, honestly. There's a lot to work on with that. So we're going to leave it there. Let's move on to the pairs. So Stellato and Deschamps win another Canadian title. They finished with 207 points. Second place, Prairie and Michaud won the free skate, by the way, 134 in the free skate. Stellato and Deschamps got 130.75 in the free skate. They finished with 204.96, so it was a very close competition. Deanna was visibly disappointed in the kiss and cry. She wants clean programs. They train clean programs. She doesn't know what's going on this year in competition. But you know what? Sometimes you got to go through those motions and trust your training. I don't think they need to be overly hard on themselves and like go back and decipher and look upon things and be so like in depth about it. If you're training clean programs all the time like they are, just trust in it, relax. Maybe there's such thing as putting too much pressure on yourself and expectation because you have had trouble this year in competitions. I think maybe that is the problem landing in their brain. I don't think it's a training issue. I mean, they're world champions for God's sake. So I think they need to trust their training and be in the moment and just perform, and the clean skates will come. So I don't think they have anything to worry about. I do like the look of their skating. They look very strong. They, just have some issues on some jumps, and the fall that she fell in the oh, I'm gonna see if this is still in here. Hopefully, okay, good. She fell on one of her throws that she never falls on, so she was upset about that. But you know what? Ice is slippery. You know what they say. Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud they really stepped it up. Over 200 points, good for them, seriously. They have improved a lot this year. They're getting more consistent. You push that consistent barrier. I mean, you may have two Canadian teams in the top 5 in the world. That's all I got to say about that. Third place, Lauren and Etier from Quebec. 187.29 points, 124 in the free skate. So really good for them too. Actually, all the Canadian pairs I think have a lot of um, promise. Even through fifth place, when we had, well, even through like um, Leon's and Hubrick, they have been together less than a full year, I believe, and they have very strong single elements. They're really getting together on their pair elements. You can tell that they're not at the level of everyone else yet. However, not even together for a year. Give them a few seasons together. I mean, who knows? This next Olympic quad after, this next year is going to be very, very interesting to watch. I feel like Canadian Nationals is going to be a highlight event through the skating season moving forward in most disciplines. I think we have a lot of talent coming up, and I'm very excited to see this and really hope, cross my fingers that everyone pans out the way that I feel like they're going to pan out because we've seen some really, really, really good skating. Pardon me. Ice dance. Gillis and Poirier win another national title with mega big scores. 137.71 in the free dance, 91.84 in the rhythm dance, 229.55 overall. That is massive score. Uh, they, what can I say about them? They're Piper and Paul. They're experienced. Their free skate divine program that their blades cut through ice like butter. So smooth, such conviction to their character. Really, really, really well done. I will say though, I'm going to put an asterisk here. My favorite of the championship, without hesitation, is Marjorie LaJoy and Zachary Laga. They were simply phenomenal. I struggle to find why they don't have scores closer to the podium of a world championship caliber. Maybe it's the levels, I guess. But just mark my words, one day I swear they're going to win the Olympics. They are so good. They remind me of Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir. Since day one, when they came into junior and then senior, I've been saying the same thing. They've been getting better every year. The scores have been getting better every year. They had a huge score here too as well. I feel like they weren't overscored. I know, Canadian Nationals just say, they are overscored and inflated scores, national judges. I really, truly feel like this score is what they deserve on the international circuit. 86.42 in the rhythm dance and at 132.1 in the free dance, 218.52 overall. That was a great score. I know they probably weren't thrilled with the silver because I do believe that they think that they can win. Ice dance convincing the judges, it's tough. That is a tough game. It's a political game, I feel still. I don't know what to really say about it. I feel like the performance of the event for ice dance, frankly, for the rhythm dance and the free dance goes to those two. Just awesome to watch. Their Austin Powers rhythm dance is just so fun. They get so into their characters. They give 100% on the ice. Like just like watching them is just it's so exhilarating. I really suggest you go watch their programs if you haven't seen them yet. Third place, a little bit of a surprise, but not a surprise when you saw them skate. Alicia Fabry and Paula Iyer from Quebec, they win the bronze medal over Mary Jade Loriot and Romain Legac. What a great, great competition for them. They look so good. Watching Mary Jade and Roma skate their Western themed free dance. It was fun. They had sparkly tricks. It was entertaining. It's their own completely wild style. Was so contrasted uh, to Fabry and Ayer's free dance. They were just it was so elegant and so powerful and so smooth and emotional. And the judges liked them over the Western free dance, I suppose. But actually have to agree. I thought they were just fantastic. They had 63.1 in the rhythm dance, 124.19 in the. Oh, sorry. I'm reading wrong. So it's 78.53 in the rhythm dance, 117.35 in the free dance, at 195.88 overall. Um, Congratulations to them. They just. I wonder what Skate Canada is going to do for Worlds though, because Canada could send 3 teams. I don't think Nationals is the only thing they look at. I think they look at the whole season, but I don't know. Who would you send? Would you send the experience of Mary Jade and Roman, or would you send Fabre and Iyer? That's a real big dilemma because they're both really, really good teams. But I feel like if both skate their best, I'm going to feel that Fabre and Iyer may get the edge. So we're going to see what Skate Canada does. Maybe they'll make a decision after 4 continents if they all get sent to 4 continents. So we'll have to see what they decide with that. Fourth place, Mary Jade L'Oreal, Roman Lagac, 78.09 in the rhythm dance, and 115.19 in the free dance, 193.28 overall. That was just over 2 points away from the bronze medal. And also, honorable mention, fifth place, Lily Hansen and Nathan Lickers. What an exciting team coming up. They did a free dance to Firebird. Um, I don't even know if I've seen a team do a free dance to Firebird. Like, super unique choice. And I thought they did a phenomenal job of it. I thought they had great power. They had really, really strong choreography with the music. I feel like that's such a tough piece to skate to, and you have to be a really special team to put that out and like do justice for it. And I think they just hit the nail on the head with that. When I watched them, I was very, very pleasantly surprised watching them. They were great. 72.8 in the rhythm dance and 107.03 in the free dance, 179.83 overall. Now let's get to the women. So, ladies, what an entertaining event. I don't know when the last time I said that the Canadian women were entertaining to watch. It's been a hot minute, probably since like Caitlin and Gabby uh, were skating together. um, we're gonna start from fifth going down to first this time. So fifth place, surprised not surprised because I knew she could skate like that. Brecken Bresden from Manitoba, fifth place. Seriously, congratulations to her. What a great competition. Her free skate is just so elegant. She's so pleasant to watch, so smooth on the ice. Um, I think she has improved so much over last year. I mean, she just lit up that ice, and so much online praise for her on the skating chat forums and stuff like that. That girl has some serious talent, and going into an Olympic year next year, I mean, if she improves as much as she did over last year, next year, it's like seriously, like watch out. That girl is gonna like make some waves. She didn't have the short program that she wanted, but she stayed afloat with its 57.67 in the short, 114.99 in the uh, free. So 172.69 overall. That's nothing to scoff about, especially with somebody that does not have a ton of experience with events and in front of like crowds like that. Good for her. Fourth place national champion of last year, Kai Ryder from Alberta, 57.17. I think that's a one. I can't read my writing. 6717 something seven. um, in the short program, 122.24 in the free. That was third in the free, 179.41 overall. She's improved a lot too over last year. her speed has improved, her jumps have improved, the way she lands the jumps have improved. She has more flow coming out of the jumps. Choosing music that's not so junior and that she can keep up to is really, really good choice for her. And when she's choosing these pieces of music that make her be more mature, I think that's going to push her to the next level. She still needs to work on that difficulty of the transitions and flow throughout, but she's definitely on her way. She's improved a lot since last year, so good for her finishing fourth place. She probably wanted to medal, but you know what? She's training hard. Bronze medalist. I think she was surprised by this. Catherine Midland Spence, 61.99 after the short, second in the short program, 119.56 in the free, 181.55 overall. Catherine has improved again. All these Canadian women have improved a lot since last year. Um, she skates with abandonment. I feel like Catherine is not scared to go into many jumps. I feel like she sometimes has a little bit too much abandonment, and I feel like she needs to be refined a little bit more in certain aspects, especially going into jumps. She was relatively consistent here, but I feel like her jumping style is not going to have her consistent like year after year. Um, so we'll see what she where she is going forward. But she did win the bronze medal here, so good for her. A second place, Sarah Maud Dupuis in Quebec. A huge cheer for her. This girl just like laid it down. She was like a rocket launcher. She just went out there and she gave it 182.61 points, 122.8 in the free, 59.81 in the short. She has been consistent for Canadian skating the last 2 years. I'm hoping that she can continue to be consistent, lay down these good programs, because having programs like that, if Maddie can make top 10 in the world and get two spots, like we have two decent prospects that could skate for Canada at the World Championships next year. So that's super exciting. But let's, talk about Madeline for a second. Madeline Skizas, Ontario, another national championship, gets her championship back after losing it last year. She got 70 points even in the short program and 133.87 in the free, and that was with a bunch of errors. She messed up her triple loop sequence. I think it was supposed to be a triple loop, double axle, double axle, and she did triple loop. It was kind of a wonky landing on the triple loop, and she singled both axles, which was probably smart to do. I feel like she was thinking in the middle of the jump to go for a double or go for a single, so she went the clean way instead, which was probably the smarter thing to do. And she actually ended up singling her double axle later in the program too. So other than those three, her triple combos and her other triple jumps were so good. I don't know when I've seen her that consistent in jumping. Like when you would see her just jump and go into the air, she was so straight and so conviction. The speed, the power, the landing were just right on. That's some of the best jumping I've seen her do consistently in so long. And I feel like she trains like this and hasn't been able to put it down in competition. So if she's turned a new leaf, and also, by the way, brand new free skate, it got choreographed in 3 days. They washed out the other one, thank God, because I wasn't really a fan of the other one. But her new free skate is to Butterfly Paradise or something like that. And I think it just hits. It hits good on the ice. It hits her strengths really, really well. She's able to power through that program while still looking elegant. And I feel like that's something she struggled with, is like her presentation doesn't always look the most balletic of what judges might want to see, but she does have the power. So if she can find a good combination between music and using the choreography to her strengths like she does in this free skate, I think that's going to do her really, really well. If she, we say if would have been clean, I mean, she would have been closer to probably 140 in the free skate here. So great for Madeline Skis. That's 203.87 overall. Really, really good score. That is a new Canadian record for this system. So great job for her. To put that into perspective, I wrote down scores to compare this with too. So Madeline Skis 203 would have been a world bronze medal last year at the World Championships. The rest of the ladies that I have mentioned in this video would have been within the top 16 in the World Championships. And why that's so great right now, you say, oh, 16th, not, who cares? Look at the list of names that were in the top 16 last year. They're Grand Prix regulars. Everyone from Nina Pinzeroni from Belgium right up to the world champion. In really, really good. So I was to say the reason why I think that's so great is because in previous years for the Canadian Championships, specifically with women, is our second and third place, fourth place, they wouldn't even have qualified for the free skated World Championships, never mind been in the top 15. So I think that's a really, really strong step forward. And a lot of these ladies have the triple Lutz, triple toe, triple loop combos, sequences, etc. that you need to have good scores. I don't know how many of them want to or are going to be working on a triple axel, because I feel like coming up in the world, I mean, you were probably going to need at some point some triple axels to win a medal in the World Figure Skating Championships for women. Maybe even some quads coming up, especially if Russia comes back. How much does the rest of the world want to compete with that? We're going to see. A few years ago, the Canadian women didn't even have triple triples. Second place was doing a triple double, one of them maybe. So the fact that the top we had the top 10 women here doing triple triples. It's just the refinement of the skating, the transitions, the skating skills, the flow through the programs. That's all stuff for the maturity of the skating that's got to be worked on. But I love that everyone is working on their tech content, because the rest will come if you put the effort into it. So I think that's super exciting, and why I say, Canadian skating, I think is on a right track for something now. Even Leah Cho, like I said before, 188, that would have put her ninth, top 10 at the World Championships in the senior event. That's insane. When was the last time we had a junior lady that had a top 10 senior score? That's mind-blowing. I'm so excited for Canada going forward. And this is bringing me to another kind of subject here. Canadian skating. So, we used to have some great skaters, some great personalities, and Canada kind of fell off the board with that and has maybe not garnered the international attention of national media, of international media, unless it's an Olympics. Other than an Olympic year, when, certain skaters win an Olympic medal or place good, there's a little bit of coverage for that. But in general, you used to see every single figure skating event used to be on TV. TSN, CTV, CBC, one of them broadcasted something. CTV, yeah. I mean, how often, the Bank of Montreal sponsored the Canadian Championships for so many years. And then Canadian Tire sponsored it. Now, I don't even know if it has a title sponsor, to be honest with you. I think it's just Skate Canada, skating championships. No offense to them, happy that, they're supporting Canadian skating, but CanadaFlowers.ca is the sponsor behind them in the Kiss and Cry area. Where's the other sponsors? We used to have other sponsors
Go watch old figure skating events from the 90s, even like the 2000s, mid 2000s, up to the 2010 Olympics. I mean, I was rewatching Skate Canada 2002 the other day and looking at the boards. Around the boards, you saw Colgate, Visa, MasterCard, Ford, Chevrolet, McDonald's, Centrum, Sony, Canon, uh, the list goes on. Major sponsors. BMO, RBC, those are two. These major companies all used to invest in figure skating and sponsor figure skating events. What was around the boards at the Canadian Championships this year? Does anyone even know? Uplifter, Chicken Farmers of Canada, Canada Flowers, I think some herb company, um, the chicken farmers. Yeah, I think I said that. Like, that was it. There's no financial companies anymore. There's no banks. There's no credit card companies. There's no car manufacturers. There's no vitamins. There's no nothing else. They've all dropped them, putting their money elsewhere. I challenge sponsors to come back and sponsor Canadian figure skating and show the world what we have, especially, going into the next Olympic quad after the Milano Cortina Olympics. Like, Canada's going to have some seriously good skaters. Our Elvis Stoikos of the past, the Kurt Brownings, the Joanny Rochettes, the Bertrand Moyers, the Brian Orser, Elizabeth Manley, all the great past Canadian figure skaters that have been world and Olympic medalists and champions benefited from sponsorships because the events benefited and in turn benefited the skaters. I think Skate Canada has lost 90 something percent of their sponsorship, and that's really unfortunate. Bring those stories back into households. Have those specials before the events that show the behind the scenes of the training and the life of one of those incredible athletes. Leah Cho, 12 years old, great inspirational story to start on with. In the next few years, ride with it. Even our current pairs champions, having like a world champion that's like 40 years old in figure skating is insane. This girl was skating at like the 2005 like US championships or something, before she represents Canada now, but like she was in like 2001 like juniors. Like it's 2025. She just won a world championship last year in Paris. Like that, what? That is insane. That should be a household story. There's really inspirational stories going on that I think a lot of people are missing out on, and really, really great skating. Ice dance. We have some of the world's best ice dancers right now. Broadcast that, take people behind the scenes, make them fall in love with that sport again, have them in their households. I think that's just so important, and I challenge corporations to get back on track with that. You know what, figure skating I don't think is dead. It showed in this national championships that we have so much talent coming up, and I think that is so important for people to know that this is not a forgotten sport in the country, and we hold some of the best world champions and Olympics in the history of the sport, dating back to when the sport even became a sport in the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really say about that. I really hope Canadians and international fans get to see what Canada has to offer, especially going forward. So let me know what you guys think. You can get me at thefreeskate@gmail.com.
or you can comment on the YouTube video, or you can listen to the podcast, and you can DM me on Twitter at the Free Skate, or on Blue Sky. I believe I'm the Free Skate there too. I think I'm not too sure. I'm Ryan P on Blue Sky for sure, but I think it's under the Free Skate. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of the Canadian Nationals, and I hope you guys stay well, and we will see you after the American Championships that are happening next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, depending what platform you are. We are on podcasts and we are on YouTube. So thanks to all my viewers, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.